So, tell us about this project, the Island of Skyros. Like, how did you come up with the idea of working with an orchestra?
Well, I guess about a year ago, we decided to do a show with strings out in Long Island as a sort of one-off, whimsical thing. The promoter was into it, and I was at the Suffolk Theater, and we sort of just decided to commission some charts. We had about 5 or 6, maybe about 7 of them, about 7, and we sort of pulled off this show, and it was so satisfying because, I mean, Led Zeppelin's music is so rich in so many ways, and as the guitar player, we play as a 4-piece, the way that Led Zeppelin did. But if you listen to the records, there are 600 guitar parts, or at least 4 or 5. And everything is layered. Jimmy called it his guitar army. And when we had the strings on stage, suddenly the army was present. And it was really a beautiful thing, and people reacted very well. So we decided to keep doing shows like this. And then we got a little more carried away and decided, why not make a record? And here we are.
Well, Zeppelin's music is a little Wagnerian, so we're adding a little bit of Wagner to it, I guess, tonight. But why call it the Island of Skyros?
I kind of knew you would ask that. So the Island of Skyros, well, the original working title was Achilles, as some people here know. And it's because Achilles' Last Stand is one of the key numbers on this record. Achilles is just epic. I mean, talk about guitar armies. It is just maybe has the most guitars, and it's just huge composition. So I sort of felt that the record was sort of circling around Achilles' Last Stand. So at first we called it Achilles, and then as time went on, we started to dig a little deeper into this concept of Achilles, being that's what we do sometimes. And as it turns out, if you start to get into the mythology and you start to figure out who Achilles was past his heel, Achilles spent time, his mother, okay, so this is the story. His mother, who was half goddess, had a fortune teller give her a prophecy that Achilles was going to die if he fought in the war again, at Troy, okay? So she didn't want that to happen. So she decided, and Achilles, of course, was the greatest warrior in Greece, everywhere in the world. So she decided to hide him out on the island of Skyros, where he stayed for several years, or in mythological terms. And in order that he wouldn't be discovered, he was disguised as a woman. So, if you put it together, we just thought it was very clever. Not clever, yes, it was clever, but it was appropriate to call this the Island of Skyros, which is where Achilles posed as a woman for many years and lived as a woman until, of course, he got dragged out to fight in the war.
Is the record going to come with cliff notes or anything?
That's part of the mystery. Yes, if you haven't read Homer, you can't buy the record.
Well, the record has just come out, or has just been made available, and already there's controversy about it. Can you tell us a little bit about
the controversy?
The controversy.
Yeah, this is exciting, actually. We've already been censored, which is just great news as far as I'm concerned. Apparently, and we could actually take a vote on this, apparently this beautiful record cover, which I think, in my opinion, is quite artistic, and it was done by this amazingly talented a graphic designer and artist named Matt Touchard, who lives in New Orleans and has done many record covers. Apparently, CD Baby, we all know who they are, right? They thought this was pornographic and would not accept the record. So, I mean, how many people think this is pornographic? Can we have a show of hands? No? There's no's.
I'm
Any
looking.
yeses? Can you understand what? Well, the lettering covers it a little, but
I
you
think
know,
I can
there's-
see her Skyros from here.
you can see her Skyros, yeah.
No, but not really.
There's a kind of little crack in the Skyros. If you want to put it that way. But really, I mean, you know,
That's ridiculous.
yeah.
If everybody disagrees with CD Baby, let's hear a boo for CD Baby. Come on, boo.
Although that's where you can buy the record now. So we hate them, but we love them. I don't know, in our sort of pussy-grabbing society, I'm not sure why this is particularly offensive. I mean, Donald Trump loved it. We sent it to him.